Alright, so what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna be giving you guys my story of when I used to have nightmares when I was like 7 or 8 years old. This happened like 15 years ago when I was young. And to say that I did have a fever at the time, I was sick at the time when I would have these nightmares. These nightmares were kind of scary, especially from my family members, especially from my mom, my brothers and sisters that saw me wake up when I would sleepwalk, especially when I had like a high fever. And I know some of you guys are probably gonna say, "Oh, you're probably having a fever, or the fever probably had something to do with it." It probably did, it probably didn't, but I would wake up and run around while me being asleep. So it was like something else was in my body, another person that was tortured or you know asking for help. It's kind of weird because I don't recall any of the memories of me walking around screaming, crying, saying they're gonna kill me, which is kind of scary in a way if you kind of think about it. I know most of you guys probably have had sleepwalks or nightmares, whatever you want to call it, but for me, it is kind of scary because I don't have any memories of me, doing that. So when I would wake up, they'd tell me, "Dude, you were sleepwalking," and I'd be like, "No, I wasn't," but of course they saw me sleepwalking and they saw me screaming, crying, whatever. And I really do think that when we're asleep, our mind goes to another realm, and we basically become a vessel where another spirit could jump in your body, and that's kind of creepy thinking about it. Because me, I've never had, you know, big experiences like that. I know many people have seen, ghosts, have seen UFOs, have seen all these weird stuff happening. But me, I've never really been one to be, chasing after it. But now that I'm thinking about it, because these are like recurring thoughts that come to me when I'm just thinking about all this paranormal stuff that happens, and remembering when I used to sleepwalk, because this didn't just happen once, it happened a couple of times, and it is scary to actually think about it because my body was basically being controlled by something else. Maybe I was possessed. I doubt it, but maybe something else was jumping, or someone else was jumping into my body and I guess screaming out for help, which is kind of scary. Because I remember waking up in the showers after being thrown in there, I guess, and not remembering anything. So basically, someone else was in control of my body. And I know it is kind of scary, and I know I did have a fever at the time, but at the same time, why would I be running around crying saying they're gonna kill me when I have no thought of or control of my body? I was basically gone. I was like in another realm. And I know there's probably other realms. Our dreams could be other realms, other depictions of our lives, or alternate lives, whatever you want to call it. But it's kind of trippy to think about all of that stuff. But these dreams did happen multiple times, and or should I say these nightmares or sleepwalks that I had happened multiple times, not after one another, but throughout the times I was sick. And it is pretty scary. I wish someone would have recorded me in the process of this, but this happened like 15 years ago, so I was really young. I was like 7 or 8, and I haven't had one ever since. I do kind of fear having a fever and going to sleep because I don't know if I was to sleepwalk again, would I be able to be controlled or anything? Because I'm bigger now, and like I said, they tell me that I'd always try to run out or jump out the window or do stuff, which is kind of scary. I could have hurt myself, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really me. It was something else jumping into my body, probably a spirit, whatever you want to call them, watching over me and trying to beg for help. Maybe the person who jumped into me was a spirit or a person that got murdered or something, which is creepy to think about. But yeah, I want to get your guys' take. What do you think was it? I would sleepwalk and I had no control. I know if people have had, sleepwalks or whatever, but I had no control of it. And I want to get your guys' takes because yeah, I do know that spirits like to possess people and do things, or could have been something demonic, which I really don't like to think about. But yeah, guys, thank you for stopping by and hearing the story. Thank you.